Now to multiply a mixed number by a whole number, you change the mixed number to an improper fraction, put the whole number over 1, then multiply, then change your answer to a mixed number. There are a lot of steps in that, so let's break it down with an example. To start, we need to change our mixed number 2 3/4 into an improper fraction. So that's 11/4. We're multiplying by 3, and most teachers want you to write 3 over 1. That's to remind you that you only multiply the numerator by 3, not the denominator. If you were to multiply the denominator by 3 as well, all you would be doing is finding an equivalent fraction. So we multiply the 11 by 3, but keep the 4 as it is. That gives us 33 over 4, which we can change back into a mixed number because 33 divided by 4 is 8 remainder 1. So our answer is 8 1/4. Now let's show this visually. You start with 2 3/4, so you start with 11/4. You multiply by 3, so we now have 3 lots of 2 3/4. But if we regroup to make whole rectangles, you can see that we now have 8 whole rectangles and 1/4 of another one. Here's a trick which you can use only when you're multiplying by a mixed number. You can simplify by cancelling a numerator and a denominator, which means finding a factor of both numbers and dividing by that factor. Again, this sounds confusing, so let's break it down with an example. We have 2 1/4 times 6. As always, when we're multiplying by a mixed number, we change it to an improper fraction, so 2 1/4 is the same as 9/4. We're multiplying by 6, which we can write as 6 over 1, but now we get to cross-cancelling. 4 and 6 are both in the 2 times table, so we can divide them both by 2. So we now have 9/2 times 3, or times 3 over 1, but that will give us the same answer. So 9 times 3 is 27, 2 times 1 is 2. So now we just need to change it back into a mixed number, so we have 13.5. So let's show how this works. There's 2 1/4, or 9/4, and we're multiplying by 6, so there's 2 1/4 6 times. Now we can regroup to fill up rectangles, so you can see that we now have 13 full rectangles and then 2/4 of another one. But remember, 2/4 is equivalent to 1/2, so 13.5 is the correct answer. So now pause the video and see if you can answer these questions. Remember to change the mixed number to an improper fraction and simplify where you can. 5 1/6 is the same as 31 over 6, times 9, which we can write as 9 over 1. Now 9 and 6 are both in the 3 times table, so we can cross simplify. And now we can multiply to get 93 over 2. 93 divided by 2 is 46 remainder 1, so as a mixed number, 46.5. Now here, 2 1/3 is the same as 7/3. Multiply by 7/1. We can't cross simplify here because 7 isn't in the 3 times table. So we just do the multiplication, and then 49 divided by 3 is 16 remainder 1, so 16 1/3. Finally, 4 7/10 as an improper fraction is 47/10, and we're multiplying by 2, so 2/1. We can cross simplify here because 10 and 2 are both in the 2 times table. So now we can multiply. We get 47/5. So as a mixed number, that's 9 2/5.